All right, in this lesson, we're going to talk about internal controls and help you understand what internal controls are. And then hopefully at the end of this section, you'll understand how important these internal controls are for cash. So let's get started with internal controls. Here are some of the basics. Sarbanes-Oxley, as we talked about in the last lesson, increased the use and microscope of internal controls. Why? Because internal controls are a great tool that a company can use to reduce the risk that fraud will happen, as well as things go missing. And it's also important from the aspect of running a company efficiently. If you have great internal controls, your company can run more efficiently, therefore reducing the cost of operating your company. So internal controls are good. Now, there is a microscope on these internal controls because of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Now, we know that auditing firms must evaluate the effectiveness of a company's internal controls as part of their audit process. So these are for public companies. Now, we're not saying that private companies, these are companies that are not listed on a national stock exchange or registered with the Securities Exchange Commission. These are private companies. It's not that they don't need internal control analysis or internal controls. They do as much as public companies, but there's just more scrutiny because public companies have the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board that regulates that whole industry. So because you have this governmental agency that is regulating this industry, there's a even finer microscope in internal controls. Now, what are internal controls? Well, they are a set of rules or tasks that are taken to promote the efficient and effective operations, as well as protection of assets and enhancement of accounting information, as well as adherence to laws and regulations. So internal controls does a couple of things. The first thing is it helps promote that efficient and effective operation. The second thing that it does is it protects assets. If we have good internal controls, our assets are protected. For instance, an internal control may be that a company vehicle must be stored in a an enclosed garage on the facility of the company. Why is that a protection of asset? Why is that internal controls? Well, in order to steal the car, you must have access to this controlled space. And if you can't get into that controlled space because you don't have access, it's harder for you to steal that asset that the company has. Therefore, a protection of assets. Enhancement of accounting information. So we use internal controls to enhance the accounting information that we provide to external users in the form of financial statements. And then adherence to laws and regulations. So if we don't want an employee breaking a law, we're going to put some internal controls in place so it's harder for them to break the law, therefore costing us millions of dollars in fines and penalties. So that's what internal controls are. They're just a set of rules or tasks that are taken to promote these four things. So what are internal controls? Well, let's talk a little bit about what they kind of look like. So do you have a password to access your bank account? You probably do, right? So you have a password and then you may have a PIN to take out money from the ATM. Those are internal controls. Those are tasks. Those are things in place to reduce the theft of your money. Let's take a look at another question here. Do you have keys to get into your home? Well, hopefully you do. And if you do, that is an internal controls. That control is that you must have the right key to access the right door to your home. If you don't have the key, you can't get in. That safeguards your asset, right? So someone can't steal your things. So that is an internal control in itself. Do you use your bank to keep your money safe? If you do, that is an internal control, because what is your other option? Your other option is to take your check to a check cashing place, give them the check, they give you cash, and you hold on to it. And so the ability for your money to get stolen is much higher than if you give it to the bank, who will keep it under lock, key, and a safe. Also, they've got safeguards and protections where that money is then not necessarily accessible to you or anybody else without the right passcodes and passwords. So That is an internal control. At a fundamental level, internal controls are just rules put in place. That really is what it comes down to. These are rules and things that are put in place that must happen in order for you to do X, Y, and Z activity. Okay? Internal control helps a company ensures efficiency in a company's operation. It ensures protection of their assets, and it helps keep the company from breaking laws. At the end of the day, that's what internal control does. Okay, so that is a quick look on internal controls. What you need to know is that internal controls are really just a set of rules. There are things put in place to help the efficiency of the organization, that helps protect their assets, and helps them adhere to the laws and regulations of the state, county, and the city that they are doing business in. And so everywhere you look is an internal control. Your car keys to your car, the stoplight at a four-way intersection is an internal control. It ensures that only the right cars are passing along that four-way stop. Your bank is an internal control. So you have all of these internal controls in place that are right in front of you that must be followed in order for you to do that next activity or task. So I hope you have a better understanding on what internal controls are. Hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, it is Patrick. Don't forget to press the like button and share this video with someone who could get a lot of use from watching this lesson, like maybe a classmate or maybe a friend or maybe just a parent, just because you wanted to share this video because you're very excited about what you saw. Share it with someone. And if you want to help us grow and help us make sure that we put the very best in accounting topics out on YouTube, make sure you press the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. That way you're alerted every time we post videos to this channel. Now, I do this with every one of my classes at the end of class. What did you learn from this lesson? Put that in the comment section below, and I'll respond to you on what you got out of this video. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next lesson.